Hi everyone, this is Sandy from Austin, and I have made a quick trip down I 35 to one of the most iconic spots in Texas, the San Antonio Riverwalk. It's more than just a walkway, it's a whole different world right here in the heart of the city. And today we are diving deep into everything that makes this place sparkle. From the delicious food to the beautiful boats, get ready to see why the Riverwalk is worth the hype. Let's go.
Alright guys, my name is Boat Captain Rob. I'm your boat captain for the next 30, 35 minutes, give or take today. Now, before we get started on our tour, we have to go over some safety rules. Please remain seated at all times. We want you guys standing up and going over this rail right here because we're boat captains, not lifeguards. So you guys go into the river, we're just going to tell you to stand up and walk out of the river. It's not that deep. It's about 2 to 4 feet deep. Alright guys, very happy before I go right there. I'll throw you a life vest. I do have a warning book down here, okay? So don't be worried. I will throw you a life vest and you want safely get out. But we have never had an incident on any of our boats. So we will come back safely. I promise you that. Now, other than that, no smoking, no vaping, no dipping, no chewing, none of that stuff on the boat. But you can drink as much as you want down here. It is illegal to drink down here. I mean, to smoke down here because we are considered a park. So if you guys want to smoke, you gotta go up there on street level. But up there on the street, you cannot drink alcohol. So you gotta come back down to drink. Okay? So if you guys do both of those things, you're gonna get your steps in today. Alright? You're gonna be climbing those stairs all day long. Now, other than that, please keep your arms, your elbows, your children, your cell phones especially inside this boat. We lose 5 on every day, 5 cell phones on average on our boats. Okay, people drop them because they're recording right on the edge like this. Keep your phone right in front of you, you need to record. Now the best suggestion would be, enjoy the boat ride. You're never going to watch that video again. So enjoy the ride, put it down, okay? Alright, now last thing is we are like a movie theater. Some people on this boat did pay to hear the stories we're about to tell. So be courteous to everybody around you. If you're going to talk, whisper to each other. Alright guys, let's start the show. Alright, this guy over here, the guy in the statue holding the baby. Now that is San Antonio de Padua. That's who we're named after, St. Anthony, the patron saint of the lost children. The reason why we're named after that fellow right there is because when the Spanish were in this area exploring, they got lost in this swamp. They did not know how to get out. They felt like they were trapped in here for weeks. So they were praying to St. Anthony as Catholics, please St. Anthony, help us find a way out of the swamp. We need medicine, we need food, we need water. And they encountered 300 natives living down here, Mayayas. So they figured that St. Anthony had heard their prayers by sending these people to help them. So when they got settled, he named us after the saint San Antonio. Now when the Portuguese came in 1968 for the World's Fair, they brought that statue with them and they gave it to us as a gift because St. Anthony is actually from Portugal. He lived in the 12th century. Now if you have not been in San Antonio before, we do have a lot of Germans down here. The first settlers here in San Antonio were the Germans. The reason why? They were Catholic. They were not allowed to build their Catholic churches in the original America, so they decided to come here to, this is Mexico, to that way they could practice their religion without persecution. In fact, that church right there, St. Joseph's on the right side of the boat, that is the oldest German Catholic church in the state of Texas. If you go to Mass there tomorrow, it will be in German. It is still traditional. Now, if you come over here on the 4th Sunday of the month, you will find an all-men's choir inside that church, and they will be singing German songs. They're called Liederkranz. But yeah, the first singers, guys, were the Germans down here. That's why when you hear Mexican music, it kind of sounds like German folk music. Their cultures mixed in the 17th. I'm not talking about mariachi either. That's from Spain. That's Spanish music. I'm talking about real Mexican music, okay? With the accordion and the tuba. We love that stuff. All right, Look over here to the right side, guys, up there on the street level. That is a very beautiful statue that was given to us in 2002 by Sebastian from Mexico. He's from Monterrey. Now, Sebastian, when he gave us that statue, he said it represents a friendship that we have with Mexico. From this angle, if you were staring at that statue, you can see that it flows together side by side harmoniously. But when we get over here to this other side of the bridge, you're going to look at the same statue, and it just looks complex the way it crosses in between each other. Just like any relationship, sometimes it's going to be harmonious, sometimes it's going to be complicated. But if you look over that statue, it does make an eyeball, because at all times being neighbors, we should always try and look over each other. And that's what that statue means, a torture friendship. Now, in 2002, when Sebastian gave us that statue, the mayor told him that he could place that statue anywhere in the city that he wanted. Pick a spot and it was his. He was like, for real, anywhere? They're like, anywhere, buddy. Where do you want it? He's like, I want my statue right next to the Alamo. And the mayor was like, you are out of your mind. That is never going to happen. He said, well, you said that I could put it anywhere I want. I want it right next to the Alamo. That's not going to happen. Pick another spot. Like, well, you guys can put it wherever you want, but I really prefer that that statue be right next to something that's American. And the mayor was like, you should have said that in the beginning. So they put that statue right next to that McDonald's. So it's been there ever since. Alright, now the coolest thing on the Riverwalk. And you guys are going to be like, really, Rob? Let me tell you about it first. This hotel right here, I want you to look at it. It looks like a bunch of squares. You see how every one of those rooms looks like a little square box? It's because it is. In 1968, we were given the World's Fair. The issue was we did not have all the hotels that we have today. So we were asking all the local builders, all the contractors, if anyone could build this hotel in a year with 500 rooms. Everybody laughed. They were like, 500 rooms a year? Good luck with that one. It takes 2 to 3 years to build that hotel. Nobody in the world can do it. It's impossible. One guy named H.B. Zachary, he just graduated from Texas A&M University. He was like, did everybody really say it takes 2 to 3 years to build this hotel? They were like, yeah. I could build it in 10 months. And they were like, do you understand what we're talking about? 500 rooms. He's like, yeah, I can build it in 10 months. How are you going to build it in 10 months if everybody said 2 to 3 years? What I'm going to do is I'm going to build the base of this building like an upside down T. I'm going to do all the restaurant, I'm going to do the conference rooms, I'm going to do the swimming pools, but on the south side of San Antonio, I'm going to build every one of these little boxes, rooms, like little boxes inside of a factory. And then I'm going to fully furnish it. After I have 10 rooms fully furnished, I'll put them in the back of a flatbed truck, I'll drive them downtown, I'll get a crane, lift them up in the air, and I'll start sliding them in. And if I slide 10 rooms a day in, I'll do it in 10 months. Easy peasy, no problem. What if you're wrong though? If I'm wrong and I can't do this hotel in 10 months, I'll give it to you for $1. Well, they started working on it. A month later, these guys started taking weekends off. The city is really upset because they're like, hey guys, you only have 10 months to build this. What are you guys doing taking 10 months off? Well, the issue was, it was easier than we thought it was going to be. We thought we were going to do 10 rooms a day. We've been doing 35 rooms a day. So we're almost finished with the hotel. So we're pacing ourselves so I can pay my guys for 10 months of work. It's like, do not worry about the 10 months. We're going to pay you regardless. So they got working on it again on the weekends. And guess what? It took them 6 months and 22 days to finish that whole hotel, setting a Guinness Book of World Records. And if anyone on this boat has had a house built from scratch, you know that's where Texas began. The Articles of Surrender were signed in that house, making this no longer Mexico, but its own country called Texas. Right behind that house is the first African-American woman college. But today, inside this village, we're having Luminaria, a festival of lights. So go in there and check it out. Everything is going to be lit up. There's music in there, there's vendors. So it's a festival. So definitely check it out later on after your tour. But everything in that village, guys, is made by hand. That's the thing about that village. Because of historical value, everything must be made by hand, one of a kind. So if you want something for someone you love, handmade, you buy it in this village. If you want something for your coworkers back home, go to Walgreens. Now this is the Briscoe Western Art Museum. Before it was the Briscoe, it was the Hertzberg Circus Museum for retired clowns. Is this guy right here? That is a vaquero. Vaqueros were the original cowboys. They came from Mexico. They were cattle wranglers. But that guy right there, his name is Bernardo Galvez. He is the baddest dude of them all. Okay, let me tell you about Bernardo right there. Building. So throughout the years, as they've been finding more and more asbestos, they've been getting everybody out of there. And still to this day, as you can see, I told him I'll do it for $5 million. Fabuloso in a steamer, it'll be ready in a week. They're like, it doesn't work like that. Like Fabuloso, the lavender one, that's the best one.
You okay? You having fun?
Let's stop right here, okay? We are now in 20 feet water, guys. That's why everybody slows down right here, and we wait for people to cross us and stuff like that. We do not want to get an accident right here. Because me, myself, I don't really know how to swim that well. So, I don't want to jump in this water.
San Antonio boat ride లో ఉన్నా ప్రస్తుతానికి. మీరు వచ్చేసారా? అయిపోయిందా?
Having fun?
ఓ అదా డాన్స్ పిల్ల.
Oh, and watch your elbows on the left side. This wall will go down. Over there where we were waiting for everybody to cross, where I told you it was the deepest, that wall goes up, trapping all this water in here for us, but all this water behind us will exit down floodgate number 5 that way, and eventually, in a couple of hours, it'll all dry up. So that is our floodgate system. In case it starts raining here in San Antonio, we think it's going to flood, we just trap all this water in here, all that water goes down. On the left side of the boat is the first air-conditioned hospital in America. This was called the Naval Museum. It opened up in 1930, and it was air-conditioned by Dr. Carrier. That was Carrier air conditioning. This is where Carol Burnett was born, Oliver North, and Michelle Rodriguez was born here for the Fast and the Furious. Now in 2019, it shut down as a hospital, but it's going to reopen in February as an apartment building. Good luck to these people, because they're going to have to sleep with that noise every day. Which restaurant you choose, they have different packages, so it can go from $500 all the way up to $1,000 for a boat. Now you can take up to 20 people on the boat, but if you want this boat, the one you're on right now, you can have this one for 1 hour with 35 people for $280 as well.
Oh, say hi.
Alright, this Casa Rio right here, this is the first restaurant ever opened up on the Riverwalk. Opened up in 1946. Now, this restaurant has owned this land, the ownership, since 1777, when King Philip V gave this family this land, we're still part of Spain. Now,
The water looks so
this restaurant, when they opened up in 1946, they saw something. Long lines. That's always a good thing. If you're a business owner, you want to see long lines every single day. The issue was our weather. People were not willing to stay in this heat and humidity every single day. Tell us what it means. He said it's up to you. It's up to interpretation what it means. So to me, right in here, there's Legoland, there's a Sea Life Aquarium, there's IMAX Theater, there's a zip line, there's bungee jumping, there's Holy Tony Putt Putt. So if you guys want to spend some time in here with your kids doing these excursions, always go online and grab your coupons. Okay, if you go straight in there, they're gonna charge you a lot. But if you go on the websites of any of these places, there's coupons on the website, so it's cheaper. Right now, Putt Putt, they put out a coupon right now. 4 people can play a round of golf for $40. Now, if you have kids, just 3 of you guys, you can pay $20 for your daughter or son, and they get a candy drink